Good afternoon to everyone. Magandang hapon po sa mga miyembro ng Malacañang Press Corps at buong Pilipinas. Magandang hapon po. Well, una po, kinukumpirma ko na hinahanap pa po ang isang Pilipino na hindi pa natin nalalaman kung nasaan po siya sa Indonesia. No? Siya po ay nakadetena sa La Paz Penitentiary nung lumindol po sa Central Sulawesi at malakas pong lindol ito, 7.4 magnitude. No? Siya po ay isang nasentensyahang preso na nakakulong sana until 2021. Siya po ay na-convict for illegal possession of meth. Now, nakikipag-ugnayan pa po ang ating Department of Foreign Affairs sa Ministry of Foreign Affairs ng Indonesia kung anong tulong ang kinakailangan ng Indonesia. Handa naman po tayong magbigay kung anumang tulong ang hihingin ng bansang Indonesia. Good news, we welcome the latest report of the World Travel and Tourism Council, which placed the Philippines in the 13th and 15th place on the Travel and Tourism Countries Power Rankings and Travel and Tourism Countries Performance Ranking. According to the report, we got an overall score of 19.75 on Power Ranking, which is based on absolute growth, with an overall 30 for Performance Ranking, which is based on compound annual growth. Both ranking include four main travel and tourism indicators: travel and tourism, total GDP, foreign visitor spending, domestic spending, and travel and tourism capital investment. The WTTC is a global body that works to raise awareness of travel and tourism as one of the world's largest industries. Mabuting balita, mapapabilis na po ang pag-issue ng ating mga pasaporte. Kung noon po umaabot ng isang buwan para makakuha ng pasaporte, ngayon maaring nang makuha ang mga express processing na pasaporte na in-apply sa DFA Asiana offices sa Metro Manila sa loob lamang ng 6 na araw at 7 working days kung ito po ay sa DFA consular offices sa labas ng Metro Manila. 12 working days naman po ang inilalaan para sa mga regular processing na pasaporte na in-apply sa DFA Asiana in offices sa Metro Manila at DFA consular offices outside Metro Manila. Mabuting balita po yan para sa mga Pilipino, lalong-lalo na sa mga OFW. Now, meron po nagtanong doon sa reaction, doon sa kwento ng Washington Times. Well, tungkol po sa terorismo at yung ISIS sa Pilipinas. Ang mabuting balita naman po, bagamat may ganyang banta, sinabi rin ng US State of Department, and I quote, "The Philippines improve its counterterrorism capabilities in the face of an evolving and increasingly robust terror threat." So, we assure the public that we are in a better position to deal with terrorists. Hayaan nyo silang magtangka na magkalat ng lagim, handa naman po tayo para ipatupad ang mga batas ng Pilipinas. And finally, in response to a question yesterday on the BBC flashed in the screen allegedly to debunk what I said that the Alston report mentioned administrative liability for now President Duterte. At the most, mentioned paragraphs 39 to 44 of the Alston report. I have the said paragraphs here. There is nothing here that condemns the President for extralegal killings. At most, sabi ko nga po, ang sabi yung administrative, pero wala pong sinabi dito na the President is behind extralegal killings. No? In fact, let me quote. Ang sinabi lang po dito is, ang only basis nila for believing na baka may official sanction ng killing, it is because no one involved covers his face. Tapos, ang sinabi lang kay Presidente rito, after the President denied his involvement, the mayor's position is frankly untenable. He dominates the city so thoroughly as to stamp out whole genre of crime, yet he remains powerless in the face of hundreds of murders committed by men without mask in view of witnesses. So, wala naman pong sinabi na it was the President behind this. No? At kaya nga po, ulitin ko po, ito po yung sa concluding report ni Philip Alston sa BBC. Mr. Reporter, you are so wrong. In his report published in 2008, Mr. Alston notes that Davao City Office and the Davao PNP cooperated fully by providing him with detailed statistics on homicides involving case-by-case breakdowns and aggregate statistics. He concludes that the existence of an official death squad is not established since it has become a polite euphemism to refer vaguely to vigilante groups. While he states that the fact that the killers rarely cover their faces may infer that the killings are officially sanctioned, he does not say so categorically, nor does he offer any other facts which may support said conclusion. In his concluding recommendations, he mentioned, ito yung administrative, NAPOLCOM should withdraw the mayor of Davao City's power of supervision and control of PNP units within his jurisdiction and should hold the officers commanding these units accountable for shutting down the death squad. While particular crimes should be reported, laws and practices in which barangay councils or captains submit names for inclusion on law enforcement watch list should be abolished, and an independent investigation should be conducted to identify the persons directing the death squad's assets and hitmen. Note that none of the recommendations include investigation of then Mayor Duterte or his office. The farthest it goes is to recommend that the city police officers should be liable for not shutting down the death squad. Yun po yung administrative liability. It must be noted that a number of these police officers were consequently held administratively liable by the Ombudsman. So, Mr. BBC reporter, you were misleading your viewers when you flashed the paragraphs allegedly to belie my point or to contradict my point that at most the Philip Alston report pointed to administrative liability, even of the PNP, not even of then Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Questions, please.
MPC, Nestor Corrales.
Morning, Secretary.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
AFP Chief Galvez earlier said at the Senate hearing this morning that there's no coalition between the Communist and the Liberal Party. How will you reconcile this with the earlier statement of the President saying he was sure that the Communist and the Liberal Party are conniving to oust him?
No inconsistency. I'm sure individual members of the Liberal Party, as the President said, may be in collusion with the CPP-NPA. It could be true that there is no formal memorandum of agreement between the party itself and the CPP-NPA. It does not prevent leading personalities with the Liberal Party from having such collusion.
Follow-up, Rose.
Ay, good morning. Ay, good afternoon, sir. Sir, sabi rin po ni General Galvez dun sa Senate hearing, parang yung Red October daw po ay parang isang estratehiya para kaladkarin si President Duterte na magdeklara ng martial law dahil makikreate daw po ng mga sitwasyon na chaos o kaguluhan yung CPP, NPA. Paano po paghahandaan ng administrasyon yung ganito pong senaryo?
Yeah, in the first place, we are firmly in control. Hindi po nila magagawa itong mga scenarios na ito. As I said, magplano sila lahat ng gusto nilang plano. The President remains supported by the people. 8 out of 10 po ang suporta sa war on drugs. We don't recognize any viable threat against administration dahil solid nga po ang suporta ng taong bayan kay Presidente.
So hindi po kakagati ni Presidente yung pain in case na pain nga ito ng CPP-NPA?
Hindi po. Basta ang Presidente, ginagawa niya ang katungkulan niya. Kinailangan ng martial law sa Mindanao, hindi naman kinakailangan ng martial law sa Luzon at Visayas. Hindi po niya dineklara ang martial law sa Luzon at sa Visayas.
Ina?
Hi, sir. Sir, a follow-up doon sa statements ni AFP Chief earlier. How can you say that there's no inconsistency when the AFP Chief specifically cleared Senator Trillanes, who the President earlier said is in collusion with the Communists?
He has repeatedly called for the ouster of the President. So there's no inconsistency. He has actually verbalized time and again that he should step down. He should be removed from office. He should be sent to jail. There's absolutely no inconsistency.
Doon po sa aspect of working with the CPP, there's no inconsistency there as well?
Well, no one will admit that. But there's intel information in this regard. And as far as we're concerned, we're considering all this information as valid information and we're ready to face them.
Sir, how about the other statements made by the AFP Chief earlier? He said, or he basically confirmed that they were casing the house of Senator Trillanes and also that he applied for amnesty. These are opposite to what Malacañang
I don't
has
think
been
so.
saying.
It's only proper to case individuals who have been openly advocating the overthrow of a duly elected, democratically elected president. As far as the other information, I'm not really sure how to comment on the second information that you had, no? Ano yun, yung casing the house? There's nothing wrong with that. For as long as you don't violate the privacy of his house, casing is perfectly legal. Now, what is the other information that you mentioned? He applied for amnesty. Well, there's visuals that he applied for amnesty, but the question is, where is the form? It all boils down to where is the form, and the form is all important because the form contains the admission of guilt, which is a sine qua non requirement for grant of amnesty.
So why did you say before, sir, that the senator is paranoid when he claimed that his house was being cased?
I do not know. Well, maybe because he felt that there was a threat on his life. We will not bother, actually, no? So that's why it's paranoia.
Question, MPC? Other issue?
So you're saying that the palace is insisting that the LP, the party, and some of its members, including M. Trillanes, are still involved in the plot.
We
Despite the
are,
admission
we
that
are convinced that some members of the LP party, Liberal Party, are in collusion with the CPP-NPA. Now, Trillanes has made no secret that he wants to oust President Duterte, and I think his language speaks for itself.
So there's a difference between the statements of the AFP chief, who should know all these things because he's security, and the president.
We're only basing it from the statements made by Trillanes himself.
No, the LP involvement, sir, because this is the claim of the
No,
president.
the PNP, the chief of staff said that the party itself probably has no memorandum of agreement, but he has not discounted that individual members of the LP are in fact colluding. So there's absolutely no inconsistency with this statement.
Okay.
MPC questions? Other issue? Christine?
So when Galvez cleared, he said na there was an amnesty application made by Trillanes. So it's still the form that is important, sir.
Yes. Where is the form?
But should it be with yung custodian of the AFP?
Ideally, but that's why his own copy of the receive is important. No? His own received copy of the application is important because if the copy on file cannot be found, then the best evidence to prove that in fact it was filed would have been his duly received copy.
But shouldn't be the burden also be with the custodian? Because
I don't think so because already there's a certification that it cannot be found.
even if yung may video and everything, yung
He could
visual,
go there. You could have a form. As in fact, in the Supreme Court, he filed a blank form. You see? I
Galvez,
mean, already that propensity just to say, oh, there's a form, but when you look at it, there's nothing. It's an empty form. No? So he could have gone there, but the truth of the matter is, he made an interview. He was not willing to confess to any crime, so he must have gone for the purpose of visuals and for purposes of the news. But when it came to actually complying with the requirements of the law, it's lacking.
He also said pala si Galvez that there were parang lapses daw in securing the amnesty papers.
I do not know about that. I'm talking as a lawyer, best evidence rule. And besides, that's in the courts. And one court has said that the pictures and everything else that Senator Trilliano adduced are not enough. And of course, I concur as a lawyer. Certainly, you don't expect me to take the side of Chief Galvez, who's not a lawyer, over the words of a learned judge.
Joseph, then Tuesday.
Sir, clarification. So you're saying now that it's possible that some individual members of the LP are colluding with the
That's what the
CPP?
president said. It's not just me. When the president declared, he's positive that some of them are colluding.
And this has basis in fact, sir. And he's
I
willing
think
to
so,
name
yes.
them? Name names?
I don't know if he's willing to name names. Maybe you should ask him.
Okay.
Tuesday New. Microphone, please. Thank you.
Sir, hindi po ba responsibilidad ng custodian na pag-ingatan lahat ng mga dokumento na kanilang hinahawakan? Mayroon po bang dapat na pananagutan doon yung custodian dahil nawawala po yung kopya nila?
Ang paniniwala po namin hindi siya nag-file, kaya wala roon. Kasi kung nag-file po siya, dapat nandoon.
Pero mayroon na pong sinabi una pa man ang Department of National Defense na nag-file si Senator Trillanes, hindi lang nila makita sa kanilang possession yung kopya. Pero kino-confirm po nila na nag-file siya.
Well, ang konfirmado po, nag-photo op siya, nag-press briefing siya, yun lang po ang sigurado tayo. Pero kung talagang siya nagsubmite ng dokumento, lalo na yung rini-require na batas na pag-amin, ang sabi po, walang ganoon. So kami po, we apply the presumption of regularity, hindi po siya nag-file.
Okay, last point, sir. So, wala po bang effort on the government na ipatawag yung custodian at tanungin o hanapin sa kanya yung kopya o kung may pamananagutan man, maparusahan?
Naniniwala po kami, hindi nga siya nag-file eh. Kaya nga wala. Di ba? Ng receive copy niya. Tapos na po ang usapin kapag meron siyang receive copy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Follow up muna, Christine.
Sir, I'll just quote what Galvez said kanina. Sabi niya, there were some lapses na hindi na ibaba yung documents sa J1, which was the repository of documents kasama yung oath. Yung ano namin, yung papers were not brought down. So then Trillanes asked, so nag-apply ako, sir. According to Berbigal, sir, yes.
According to?
Berbigal. Siya yung... Oo.
Unfortunately, we are governed by the rules of evidence. Best evidence rule. You have to prove first and foremost why you cannot produce the original document.
But you
He's
have
unable to produce it.
But you have the AFP chief now saying this.
Doesn't matter. He's not a lawyer. And under the rules of evidence, it's the best evidence. Before you can offer secondary evidence, you need to establish why you can't produce the original document.
So it won't...
That is about it, because I cannot teach his lawyers what to do. It's actually a way of curing this. I can't imagine why they haven't done it. Okay? But that's their problem.
Okay.
Jopel, follow up muna tayo.
Sir, good afternoon. Sabi po ni Attorney Hilbay na yung pagsasubmit nila ng copy ng documents is parang nag-ano ka lang po ng lisensya. Na kapag yung documents mo na ipasa mo na sa gobyerno, wala ka ng copy na hawak.
Hindi po ito ganun talaga yon. Kasi lahat po ng filing sa hukuman, meron ka ring receive copy. Pag nasunog ang dokumento ng hukuman, dadali mo yung mga records mo na duly received by the court. Hindi naman po lisensya to. Application for amnesty involving 3 capital offenses na merong requirement na nandoon sa application form, yung pag-amin mismo. So kung ako po, abogado, at inasistehan ko sila, I will certainly keep a copy of the duly received. Hindi po tama yung paghahambing sa application for amnesty involving life penalty or life sentence to an ordinary driver's license.
So meaning, sir, may hawak silang duly received copy.
Dapat po meron. Yun po hinahanap natin.
Thank you, Jopel. Joseph, follow up.
So sir, yung muna kay Trillanes, no? So you're saying that in the absence of the primary document, which is the application form, duly signed, whatever, yung statement ni AFP Chief Galvez will not help.
Wala po yan. In fact, the court has decided.
That?
The 150 has decided that there is no such application.
Okay. So sa Red October, I think the President started mentioning this maybe September, August, no? If you have such a plan, shouldn't the government be proceeding to arrest all those who are involved in this plot?
Well, alam mo, hindi ko po alam kung anong gagawin ng gobyerno. It's not as if I know everything.
Yes.
At saka pa ulit-ulit naman ako, magplano kayo na magplano, hindi kayo magtatagumpay. So, hiwalay natin yung kanilang kagustuhan sa katunayan na hindi po sila suportado ng taong bayan.
Yeah, okay, but some are saying this is fiction.
Well, let them think so, but it's based on intel, and we can't dismiss intel. And what else do you want me to say? They're saying fiction, I'm saying it's not.
So, yung pag-arrest, sir, we'll just wait until, they can attempt.
Again, it's clear and present danger. For as long as they don't constitute a clear and present danger, siguro hindi pa gumagalaw ang gobyerno.
Okay.
Other issue, Rosalie, then Joyce. Rosalie Cos?
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, statement po ng Palace regarding sa latest killing ng LGU official, particularly La Union Mayor po.
Hindi ko pa alam yan. Kailan ho nangyari ito? Kagabi? Well, like all killings po, we condemn it. And we commit to conduct a fast investigation to uncover the individuals behind this latest attack.
Sir, 11 mayors na po and 6 vice mayors ang napatay sa ilalim ng Duterte administration. At balak pong imbestigahan sa Senado itong pong mga pagpatay ng mga LGU officials. And ang question is, ano po ang assurance ng pamahalaan na mapoprotektahan ng mga ordinaryong mamamayan gayong ang mga LGU officials mismo nagiging biktima ng mga
Hindi ko po
pagpatay?
sinasabi na justified, pero alam nyo kasi panahon na ng politika. So, ang katotohanan niya, ang tanging solusyon dyan is dapat maparusahan lahat ng pumapatay para mabalik at takot sa puso at sa isipan ng mga pumapatay sa lipunan.
Okay, Joyce.
Sir, sa shortlist ng JBC, may napili na po ba si Pangulo for...
Wala pa po.
And then, sir...
For which position? Dalawa yung vacancy, ha?
Associate
Chief Justice and Associate Justice.
Associate Justice of the
Wala pa
Supreme
po
Court.
pareho. I'm sure you'll be the first to know kung meron na po.
Sir, dun sa expanded maternity leave na pirmado na or approved na sa Bicameral Conference Committee, when do we expect President Duterte to sign this?
Itatransmit pa po nila yan sa atin. Siyempre po, kinakailangan i-transmit formally yan ng Kongreso for the signature of the President. Or it could lapse automatically into law if the President does not sign after 30 days.
Tina Mendez.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir,
Yes.
I think sa Senate, there are moves to amend the Human Security Act. And from 2 days or 2 to 3 days of detention, security officials are recommending na 30 days na ang detention na pwede sanang i-implement.
Other countries have that too. Believe it or not, UK and Australia have that as well. I'm not sure about the actual days, but ours is really quick, 36 hours, diba? So, for as long as it is limited to that period of time and it is pre-trial and it is for the purpose of preventing escape or from destroying evidence, it could be acceptable, no? But of course, this is being discussed by the Senate. We do not know if the House will concur. This is legislation. We leave it to Congress for the time being.
And we can say that the palace supports the move of the security officials for 30 days.
Well, let's just say that the President supports all efforts to strengthen our existing laws on anti-terrorism, especially given report given by the U.S. State Department that we now have the most number of individuals from ISIS, no, who have entered the Philippines, no. So it's important that our legal infrastructure be ready to deal with the threat of ISIS-type terrorism.
Sir, just one follow-up. Sir, if I recall it right, during the debates, kaya napababa yung number of days o maintain lang sa 36 to 72 hours is to prevent abuse by government officials and police. Anong assurance sa gobyernong ito na hindi magagamit even sa totoong kriminal o sa mga persons na suspected na kaaway lang ng gobyerno?
Napakataas po nung danyos na nakasaad sa Human Security Act. It's on a per-day basis kapag napatunayan na yung detention po ay walang basihan.
Yes, even
Hindi ko lang po ma-memorya ngayon kung gano'ng kataas yung danyos, pero it's in the hundreds of thousands on a daily basis. Parang 500,000 per day. So I think that is sufficient guarantee, no, that no person will be accused of terrorism without legal basis.
Thank you, sir.
FEC questions? Chopel? Microphone?
Sir, sobrang taas na po ng mga bilihin. At pati po yung oil product, kaninang umaga, sobrang taas na rin po.
Opo. Well, alam naman po natin yan. Lahat tayo naapektuhan dyan. Pero hanggang makakuha po tayo ng langis, talagang wala tayong magagawa dahil inaangkat natin ang langis. Pero doon naman po sa mga pagkain, ilang ulit ko na pong sinabi yung mga hakbang na ginawa natin, titignan pa rin po natin kung meron pa tayong mga bagong hakbang na magagawa, no? So pinapapasok na po natin ang inaangkat na bigas, inaangkat na isda, inaangkat na manok, inaangkat na baboy para po mapababa ang pagkain dahil alam natin na kada taas ng langis, tumataas lalo ng pagkain. So ang assurance natin, pagdating at least sa pagkain, sinisiguro natin na lahat ay ginagawa para mapababa dahil wala talaga tayong solusyon sa pagtaas ng presyo po ng krudo at gasolina sa pandaigdang merkado.
Sir, yung pagbaba ng presyo ng mga bilihin, kailan po kaya mararamdaman?
Well, nasa merkado po yan. No? I wish I could say ngayon na. I wish I could decree ngayon na. Pero hindi po ganun yun. No? But we're hoping that it will kick in.
Thank you, Jopel. Alvin.
Secretary, good afternoon. Sir, kinakailangan ba talagang sundin yung 3 consecutive months na ang presyo ng crudo sa pandaigdigang pamilihan ay $80 per barrel?
Ngayon, humabot na ng 80. So, dapat next month. At saka, 3 months consecutive. So, kung 3 months consecutive yan, hindi na aakit ang excise. Opo, kasi batas yan. Ang Kongreso lang po ang pwedeng magrepealan yan. Wala pong magagawa ang presidente dyan dahil yan po ay batas.
Sir, wala tayong effort para pakiusapan yung mga kaalyado sa Kongreso na baka pwedeng i-amend yung law.
Well, tignan po natin kasi baka mamaya sang-ayon na rin sa batas hindi na talaga magtataas ang excise taxes dyan dahil kung talagang patuloy ang pagtaas ng 3 buwan, hindi na po magkakaroon ng mga bagong excise taxes na mas mataas pa.
Last question, sir. Hindi po ba alarming para sa Palas yung parang pulso ngayon ng taong bayan tungkol dito sa pagtaas ng presyo?
Naintindihan po ng taong bayan, wala tayong magagawa habang wala tayong gasolina sa ating bayan. Kaya nga po, isa sa pinag-aaralan at talagang gusto isulong ng ating administrasyon, yung joint exploration na ng West Philippine Sea. Dahil ang pagkakaintindi namin, sang-ayon po sa mga initial na pag-aaral, talagang may lamang pong natural gas and langis, lalong-lalo na yung tinatawag na Service Contract 72. Kaya nga po pinupula rin ng Presidente dahil ang sinasabi ng Presidente, kung hahayaan natin hidwaan para maging dahilan na itigil yung exploration man lang sa SC-72, anong mangyari sa atin? Aasap pa rin tayo sa mga inaangkat na langis. So ito po, naging malinaw. Kinakailangan na po nating isulong ang joint exploration, isang tabi ang ating hidwaan dahil according to preliminary studies, meron pong laman ng SC-72 at sana po makuha na natin yan nang sa ganun, hindi na tayo nakadepende sa inaangkat na langis.
Okay, last questions. Celerina.
Sir, yung Service Contract 72, di ba, right now is due to force majeure, naka-hold. So, is there a move to lift that moratorium and pursue with this exploration, considering na kiniklaim naman talaga natin na it's within our EEZ?
Step by step po yan dahil kiniklaim din yan ng China. So magkakaroon muna tayo ng tratado or executive agreement para po sa joint exploration. Matapos po yun, tuloy-tuloy na ang paghahanap dyan.
Pero how soon ba na magkakaroon tayo ng treaty with China regarding this?
Kunwari, hindi ko alam, pero as soon as possible. As soon as it's signed, they are willing to undertake further steps already. Although, warning hindi po ganun kabilis na magpo-produce yan.
Yes.
Ang inaasahan lang natin bago mag-dry up ang Malampaya, meron na tayong mas malaking makukunan ng natural gas at langis. Dahil as it is po, talagang dependent na tayo sa foreign crude products. No? Pag nawala pa yung Malampaya na nagbibigay sa atin ng kuryente, mas malala ang magiging problema natin. So inaasahan natin, ang projection nila is parang 2022, Malampaya will dry up. We're hoping na hindi naman po pwedeng 2022, siguro kasi hindi naman completely magdadry up ang Malampaya by 2022. Yung kontrata nila will end in 2022. Ang expectation natin, aabot pa yan hanggang 2032. So we're hoping na around 2027, may commercial production na dyan sa SC-72.
Presidency will be visiting the Philippines by November. Are we expecting any agreement in that regard?
Of course, ang pinaka-importanting agreement po dahil nga sa pagtaas ng presyo ng langis na nagdadahilan para tumaas ang lahat, joint exploration po sana. Dahil wala na po tayong ibang lugar sa Pilipinas na posibleng merong langis at natural gas but SC-72.
So are we expecting by November?
We're
during
doing
the visit?
everything we can to make sure that when President Xi comes here, we can sign a joint exploration na magsimula na tayo maghanap ng natural gas at langis nang sa ganun po magkaroon na tayo ng energy security.
Thank you. Last question, Joseph Morong. Microphone.
Sir, October 11, 17 is your time to shine. Are you filing?
We'll find out on October 17, 2018 na 2017.
October 11 to 17 pala, sorry. That's what I meant.
I do not know, honestly.
No, kasi
I have not had a chance to meet with the president. He's not back in Manila until tomorrow. So I do not know, honestly.
why do you need to talk to the president?
I need to talk to him. Siyempre naman, he's my appointing authority. But
Magpapaalam ka,
however I decide, I have to talk to the
sir.
president.
Magpapaalam ka, sir.
Hayaan yun muna kami mag-usap.
No, because that's going to affect the cabinet of the president. It's not just you. Some other persons will probably.
We'll soon find out on the 17th.
But do you think that the elections will affect the organization of the cabinet? This is going to be
in so far as they are, it's not just 3. From my last count, there will be around 6 who might file their certificates of candidacy for national and local posts.
including local. Sila
Including local.
Capsec.
I do not know who, but I just made the count. So there will be
6.
around 6.
Sa national, sir, ilan?
I think it's 3.
3 kayo. Oh. May mga party list kayo?
I do not know. I do not know.
So 6. So paano nga yun, sir? Pagka nag-file na kayo ng 11 to 17, yung 6 na sinasabi nyo, meron na bang nakahanda si Presidente na papalit?
I'm easily replaceable.
So, kay Sap, halimbawa, if he's running,
I do not know if he can ever be replaceable, but but that's his decision. If he wants to run, then the president will have to make do.
okay.
Okay.
But unlike me, who's replaceable, ako parang ang hirap mapalitan ni Bongo Sap. Nako, dime a dozen po spokesperson, wag po kayo maglala.
Okay, thank you. No more questions? Okay. Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malacañang Press Corps, and back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's... Okay.
National Commission for Culture and the Arts. Nandito po si Deputy Executive Director Marichu Teliano. Siya po ay magdi-discuss on the Dayaw Festival. Ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps, let's welcome our distinguished guest, Ms. Marichu Teliano.
Thank you po, Secretary. So magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Kami po ay magbibigay lang po ng information regarding the Dayaw Festival. So the country celebrates the Indigenous Peoples Month for the month of October. This is a Presidential Proclamation 1906. And every year, nagkakaroon po tayo ng malaking celebration at ito po ay tinatawag natin na Dayaw. Ang Dayaw ay has different meanings in the different languages, but essentially it is pride, it is being proud, etc. So for this year, ang ating celebration ay sa Capiz, and we will be bringing together about 450 to 500 indigenous groups representing peoples representing the different indigenous groups all over the country. So ang objective po ng festival na to is to be able to provide a platform that we can discuss the concerns of our indigenous peoples, their rights, the welfare, but most of all, to be able to showcase and share with our mainstream the different cultures in the form of dances, rituals, and other performances that we have. So within the Dayaw Festival, which will be on October 8 to 10, we will also have exhibitions of Philippine textiles, exhibition of the different vernacular houses, and each of these are actually representation of the different cultures of the IP. We are of the belief that with this gathering, we would able to push forward important concerns of our IPs, considering that the culture that they have is the root of our identity as a people. So October 8 to 10, we will have the celebration. We hope that you can be there on those days to help us promote the important content of the festival, which is essential to our identity as a people. So salamat po.
Thank you, ma'am. So that's it. I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat po.
Hindi na, di ba? Sabi nyo, hindi na Wednesday. Baka hindi matuloy.
Okay, maraming salamat
Hindi na
po.
tuloy, di ba? Okay, sige. Thank you. See you.
Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque. Back to my studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.